There's a first for everything. NC State finally beat Roy Williams here at the Smith Center, 58-46 on Tuesday night. Hello, I'm Joe Giglio. Welcome to NewsObserver.com. Joined as always in the Smith Center here by the skinniest, Andrew Carter. And Andrew,
I can't take you anywhere.
Andrew, 11 times in a row Roy Williams had beaten the Wolfpack here. What was the difference tonight, did you think?
A lot of things, really. I mean, defensively, NC State was just locking it down on Marcus Page. Marcus Page has been the big bad Wolfpack killer.
Yeah, 7 points for Page.
Career,
only
points.
8 shots.
Only 8 shots.
One
I think,
three.
Yeah, during the first half, I can't remember how many he had at halftime, but was a non-factor basically.
1 shot, 2 points first half.
In the
NC
first
State
half.
an 11-point lead. For me, NC State's guards, you know, as Luke DeCock wrote about in today's paper, I thought they just outplayed North Carolina's guards. 43 of the 58 points. I thought defensively, Cat Barber did the job on Marcus Page. I didn't think Carolina's other guards or even other players, Justin Jackson had 16 points, but I just didn't feel like they helped Page.
No, they didn't. And that's been a constant theme all year for these guys. Really, other teams are kind of forcing guys besides Marcus Page to step up, and that's been a big question mark. And when you don't have Bryce Johnson producing for you, you can defend Page, and if Bryce Johnson has a decent game, okay, UNC is probably going to have a decent shot. But Bryce Johnson today, what did he have? 4 points, 5 rebounds,
he had one field goal.
1 for 6 from the field. I thought really that was a big difference too for NC State. The defense on Page, and then BJ Anya defensively down low against Bryce and Kennedy Meeks, really disrupting a lot of things down low.
Yeah, 46 points by Carolina, the fewest they've ever scored in this building.
Yeah, historic.
You know, for an NC State team under Mark Gottfried, they've never been known for their defense, but they have played better defense, obviously beating Louisville 2 weeks ago, following that up with the win over Virginia Tech. You know, nobody cares, but for NC State, they've now pieced together 3 straight wins, helped their NCAA tournament cause.
They should be almost a lock now, given the weak bubble.
Yeah, you would think, with their non-conference strength of schedule and also their marquee wins at this point.
Assuming they don't lose out.
But it feels like to me tonight, this gets them out of the first 4. This gets them out of Dayton. They've been to Dayton 2 years in a row, only once, obviously, as the first 4. But you don't want to be in that situation. And for NC State, they're talking about, you know, taking care of the moment, winning games, because, you know, historically they've had problems after beating Carolina or beating Duke. So, you know, they go to Boston College. They still have a trip to Clemson. They have Syracuse, which will be Syracuse's last game of the year. So it's also interesting, too, Carolina loses, and I know you wrote about this today. What does this do now for their ACC tournament seed? Because it does feel like, you know, Louisville's kind of falling apart, too.
It's getting a little bit screwy for UNC. I still think they have a great shot of finishing the top 4, of getting that double bye.
Yeah.
In the NCAA tournament, especially, or in the ACC tournament, I should say, especially just because, like you said, Louisville without Chris Jones is kind of a mess at this point. But I think at Miami is going to be tough for UNC. They still have to play Duke here at the Smith Center. One thing that we can't criticize, the crowd was great tonight for UNC. Roy Williams ripping on the crowd after the Georgia Tech game. It was heavily critical of these guys, but it was loud. Might have been as loud as I've ever heard it during that run. And I thought NC State was going to collapse, which would have been a very Wolfpack thing to do.
Yeah, they made a 14-2 run.
Yeah.
State was up 34-18. Carolina makes a 14-2 run. I thought Ralston Turner, 5th-year senior, comes out to the wing, bangs a 3-pointer.
I think that was the biggest play of the game.
Yeah, I mean, you got to stop the bleeding. And for NC State, they're a team familiar with bleeding out and losing, particularly in this building. It hasn't even been close in this building.
No.
So to see this for the first time since 2003, it sets NC State up for the rest of the season and going into Greensboro to give themselves a great shot for the NCAA tournament.
And for UNC, it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's just been a difficult team to figure out all year. We'll see what happens when they go down to Miami on Saturday. But it's late here at the Smith Center. It's empty, as you can see. It's probably our cue to get on out of here, huh?
Shut it down.
For Joe Giglio, this has been Andrew Carter with the News and Observer. Thank you so much for watching.